Guangxiao Temple, Guangzhou. Guangxiao Temple, Chinese. Guangzhou is one of the oldest Buddhist temples in Guangzhou, the capital of China's Guangdong province. As the special geographical position, Guangxiao Temple often acted as a stopover point for Asian missionary monks in the past. It also played a central role in propagating various elements of Buddhism, including precepts school, Chan Zen, Shingon Buddhism, and Pure Land. In this temple, Huineng, the sixth Chinese patriarch of Chan Buddhism, made his first public Chan lecture and was tonsured, and Amoghavajra, Shingon Buddhist master, gave his first teaching of esoteric Buddhism. Many Buddhist scriptures were also translated here, including those translated by Yijing, and the Shurangama-sūtra translated by Paramitiin.般剌密諦. History. Han Dynasty. Guangxiao originated from the residence of Zhao Jian, the king of Nanyu, whose usurpation prompted Emperor Wu of the Han 206 BC 8 AD to invade and annex the area. During the Three Kingdoms, the Wu officer and scholar Yufan was banished to live at the residence. After Yufan died in 233, his family donated the estate, whose grounds were organized as the Guangxiao Temple. It was repeatedly renamed the Guangxiao Temple, the Guangzhou Temple, the Qianming Temple, the Changming Temple, and the Guangxiao Temple. Between the 4th and 10th centuries, many monks from South Asia, especially India or mainland China, came to the coastal Guangxiao Temple. During the period, Guangxiao Temple reached its peak. In the subsequent centuries, some eminent Chinese monks also visited or lived at Guangxiao Temple to propagate Buddhism, such as Dangxia Tianren Dan Zaya Tianran and Yangshan Huiji. Ming Dynasty. In 1482, the Chenghua emperor of the Ming Dynasty renamed it Guangxiao Temple and personally recorded the new name on a stele. Since then, the temple has kept the name Guangxiao. Qing Dynasty. In the 17th century, Guangxiao Temple fell into decline, although it underwent minor restoration several times. Modern China. In the last 2 centuries, Guangxiao Temple was fatally damaged by the movement to requisition temple property to promote education Miao Chan Xingzhu 1898–1931 and the Cultural Revolution 1966–1976. Over this period, most of the buildings of Guangxiao Temple were either destroyed or occupied for secular usage. In the 1980s, Guangxiao Temple was reoccupied by Buddhist monks. Since then, some of its main halls have been rebuilt, such as the Mahavira Hall, Sangama Hall, and Kesatagarbha Hall. Dharma pillars have also been erected in front of each hall. In addition, an animal liberation pond has been built near these structures. These reconstructed buildings have restored Guangxiao Temple to some extent. However, the scale of the temple today is much smaller than in the past. The temple's records are principally recorded in a thread-bound edition entitled The Annals of Guangxiao Temple Guangzhou Sijai, written in 1769. Architecture. The extant buildings and halls include the Shanmen, 4 Heavenly Kings Hall, Mahavira Hall, hair-burying pagoda, etc. Mahavira Hall. The Mahavira Hall was originally built in 401, the Eastern Jin Dynasty 317–420, by senior monk Dharmayasas from western regions. Rebuilt and renovated in many dynasties, now it is 36 meter 116, 0 ft wide, 24. 8 meter 81 ft deep and 6 meter 45 ft high, and preserves the largest, grandest, and most magnificent hall in Lingnan region. Flat and far-reaching, the eaves of the hall can adapt to the high temperature and heavy rains in the South China, and the beams and pillars can avoid erosion by wind and rain. Instead of brick walls, the whole is surrounded by wooden windows which are engraved with flower patterns. Some of the windows are decorated with translucent shells which dissipate heat, ventilate and collect light well. The whole houses statues of Sakyamuni, Amitabha and Maitreya. Great Compassion Column. The Great Compassion Column Da Bei Chuang stands in front of the Mahavira Hall. It was made in 826 during the reign of Emperor Jingzong of the Tang Dynasty 618–907. It is over 2 meters 6 ft 7 in high and made of green marble. Octagonal in shape, it has elegant style with a mushroom-shaped canopy on the top and engraved relief of Hercules at the bottom base. The Great Compassion mantra in Sanskrit and Chinese are inscribed on the body. Hair-burying pagoda. Under the Bodhi tree behind the Mahavira Hall, there is the hair-burying pagoda Yifa Ta. In 676, during the Yifan era 676–679, in the Tang Dynasty 618–907, Master Huineng cut his hair and received ordination as a monk. Abbot Yinzong buried his hair here and built a pagoda to commemorate it. Octagonal in shape and 7.8 meter 26 ft high, it has 7 stories with 8 niches on each. East Tower and West Tower. 2 iron pagoda are erected behind the Mahavira Hall, which are the oldest existing iron towers in China. Built in the 963, in the Southern Han Dynasty 907–960. The original West Tower was 7 stories but now only preserves the bottom 3 floors. The East Tower was built in the 967 in the Southern Han Dynasty 907–960 by Emperor Liu Chang. Square in shape, it has 7 stories with the height of 7.69 meter 25. 2 ft. Over 900 exquisite niches with small statues of Buddha are carved on the body of the pagoda. When first built, it was covered with gold and known as Gilded Thousand Buddha Pagoda Tu Jin Kayan Fo Ta. Transportation. The temple is accessible within walking distance north of Ximku Station of Guangzhou Metro. Gallery.